Alright fellas, we have new Slipknot. If you don't know, I'm actually a huge Slipknot fan. I got into them around like middle school, you know, through the route of Korn. And man, they were my favorite band for the longest time. Slipknot's actually one of the few bands where I've heard every song by them. And that's tough because they do have 6 albums. This upcoming album will be their 7th, and they've actually said that they're going to be leaving Roadrunner Records after the 7th because apparently they have a 7-album contract. And honestly, that's the way to go because they're honestly so big now. They're kind of starting to rival Metallica in popularity. And if they aren't at the level of Metallica, they're only one step behind. But yeah, really excited for this. I actually saw Slipknot live twice. First time, I was 14 or 15, and that was amazing. Saw the Korn and Slipknot touring together. That was an amazing concert, amazing first concert. And oof, second time I was pissed because they were touring with Behemoth. I thought Behemoth would be somewhere towards the end. It turns out they were first, and I missed Behemoth. I'm still mad about that. But yeah, Slipknot, to keep the energy live. It's a really good experience, so I'd strongly recommend you check them out live. But that's not why we're here. We're here to check out the new song, the Chapeltown Rag. Yeah. Before we get into it, I'd strongly appreciate if you like this video, subscribe to the channel. It's free, helps me out a ton, helps you find new music. That's a great deal for the free price. That's it. No cost to you. Helps me out a ton. Also, in the description down below are all of my social media links. You can find me on Instagram, Twitch, Twitter. On Twitch, I live stream every Friday, 7 to 9. Check out new albums, take requests from you guys for reactions. It's a jolly old time. Anyways, let's get into this. I simp for Slipknot. Excited for what this sounds like. Okay. Sounds like self-titled. I was actually a really big fan of We Are Not Your Kind. Love Solway Firth off of that. Dude, the speed on this, I'm a fan. Oh, we got Sid popping off. Lots more energy in this song than anything off of We're Not Your Kind. Yeah, it's almost like, ooh, chunky. It's a lot like some of their other stuff that they've previously done, whereas We're Not Your Kind was more ambient, a little more sad. This is high energy, he's pissed. This part's almost like kind of black metal. Dude, they're keeping new metal alive. Yeah, combining the cleans in with their with their old sound, it's actually pretty nice. It's not something they really did, or at least not on this level. It used to be kind of creepy cleans on self-titled versus the straight up forward singing. Ooh, testosterone, Corey. The backing there is nice. He's afraid. I like the switch up, man. What the fuck did my ears just do? How much time's left? Got like 30 seconds? I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical. Okay, we're just gonna get into it. We're safe? I think I'm safe. Yeah, it's under 10 seconds. Yeah, so I believe the song was is about sort of social media, and you know how like intertwined it is with our lives, which is you know that's actually it's kind of, you know, it's true. It's true. I know I'm on fucking Instagram all the time, and I remember distinctly, like with Instagram, because I have two. Before YouTube, I have a personal one that I use, like, for just like personal stuff, friends, all that stuff. And then I made you know, an independent one just for this channel, and I'm finding that I'm using my independent one more, where I'm just only being shown like music and that type of media versus other people and like how they're living life. It's interesting how like how different uses of social media can like sort of influence your enjoyment of things, because it's weird to like sort of try and live vicariously through other people. But yeah, especially with you know, social media being so recent of a thing, it's kind of weird to think of it, especially how like we being social creatures, we having evolved to be social creatures, how that sort of plays in to what we've evolved into, and how it goes against what we've evolved into, or how it fits perfectly with what we've evolved into just socially, and how like social media has really just taken its root because we've evolved to be social creatures. It's a really interesting thing to at least think about. But yeah, let's talk about the song. So for this song, it sounded like a combination of Slipknot's first, third, and fourth albums. Not really feeling much of Iowa here, not feeling much of The Gray Chapter, not feeling much of We're Not Your Kind. It's almost a departure from the sort of newer sound that they found. It's sort of a creepier ambience, a little more I wouldn't say groove oriented, because they're always kind of groove oriented. But yeah, oh my god, the record scratching, that good old disc jockeying, I miss that. It goes so hard. But yeah, major out of the first, third, and fourth album influence in this, I think it's most prominently their self-titled album popping off here. It is really cool how they're sort of incorporating Corey's cleans in sort of a more novel way than what was incorporated on self-titled. Not to say that those weren't novel themselves, because Corey's sort of creepy vocals in that self-titled album were fantastic. They added a whole new layer here, or there. Here, his clean sort of accentuated how like pissed he is with you know, social media and the state of social media in our lives, which I think is really cool. And it's always good when bands have messages, and it's not just like, I don't know. So with metal, there is a lot of just like sort of misery. A lot of it's misery oriented, and I love that because it's kind of cathartic. You get to find people that you can sort of empathize with when you hear those narratives, but it's not exactly rooted in any present context. It's more rooted in an individual, which is cool itself, but because metal is so oriented towards that, it's rare you hear about many social issues in some genres. That's really genre dependent. But here I feel like in new metal, especially with Slipknot's past, was especially about kind of trauma and how it's affected these people. Because, man, living in Iowa, that's trauma in and of itself. Jesus Christ, I couldn't do that. Imagine living in Ohio. Sheesh. But yeah, it's cool just lyrically. I like the sound. They're really hearkening back to previous listening experiences that they've blessed upon us. Why the fuck am I talking like a fucking town crier? What the fuck? Anyways. But I will say, the sound that I do really like from Slipknot, I think, was really found in the We Are Not Your Kind. And while I'm a big fan of that, I'm probably a better fan of that there with that time period in the band's history, which was only like, what, 1-2 years ago? Very recent. It's actually surprising that they're already dropping new music. Like, I'd listen to Solway Furthrow over this, but at the same time, I'm kind of glad that they aren't sticking to any sound they create. Each Slipknot album is quite unique. They stand out from the rest, and I like how they're constantly moving, constantly adapting, constantly changing. And it's probably one of the reasons why they're like one of the last 2 new metal bands out there that are still successful. I'd say Korn is the other one. I don't know, Limp Bizkit's making a comeback, but they aren't nearly at the level of Korn and Slipknot. Yeah, it's interesting how they're constantly changing. I feel like here's like the first time where they're really kind of making an homage to previous sounds that they've touched upon. I'm curious how this album's gonna sound. It's nice to hear those self-titled vibes again. It's very nice. It's very raw. Just the pure anger. Big fan of it. I'd love to hear what you guys think of this song. Of course, drop in the comments below your favorite Slipknot song. Also, let's see it. For me, it's been Solway Firth. That one just goes so hard. But I do love them all. Favorite album's definitely Iowa. But yeah, love you guys to death. Appreciate you for watching. And of course, you'll see me and I'll see you. Yes, it's a two-way mirror. I'll see you in the next video.